Hi Aries, Sun, Moon and Rising, welcome to Ethernal Realms and welcome to your April reading. So we have quite a few things going on here. This month Mercury is going to go retrograde. It has not done that this year yet. So we're going to experience some of that shadow period around the first week of the month. I will post the exact date of it in my community page. I don't remember it off the top of my head. But yes, it is definitely going retrograde. We'll talk a little bit more about that as I do the reading, but one other thing to note is that we have a solar eclipse in Aries at the very last degree, and right after the eclipse, the moon changes sign, the sun moves on to Taurus season. So yeah, it's at the crux of a zodiac seasonal change, which is a big deal. We're kind of taking that eclipse energy, transitioning that into a whole other area of application for ourselves. So you and your finances would be the case, and that will also have a direct impact on your partnership and your shared resources, right? So these are the most majorly affected areas for you this time as a result of the eclipse here. It's a solar eclipse, and I will be posting more videos on that, which are going to be zodiac specific, so you can check your Aries solar eclipse reading when I post it. Okay, so let's get into the moon cycles now. The solar eclipse is the time of the new moon, and we have the full moon on the 6th of the month, so 6th of April. We have the moon in Libra and the sun in Aries, so once again it's taking place in your relationship house. So that is also going to impact you quite directly here. And the same day Mercury is conjoining with the North Node, which is kind of one of the first aspects with the nodes that a planet is making, and that too a very personal planet, so I thought I'd mention it. So that would be that we get a lot of breakthroughs and clarity about what we hold valuable, what we want to cultivate. There's an air of commitment going on here, so there might be a renewal of your relationships if you're already in one, or there can be just a clarity, a sense of knowledge, self-awareness that you find through communicating with other one-on-one people. So someone might reveal something to you about you which you had not noticed before, but now that you see it, you can't unsee it. You know, that kind of dynamic going on. So yes, then we have on the 3rd, I know I'm kind of half-assert with the dates, but I really thought I should mention the more significant transits first, and then we move on to the regular ingresses. Okay, so Mercury is moving into Taurus on the 3rd, and it's moving from Aries into Taurus, which was towards the end of March, and now on the 3rd of April, Mercury moves to the next sign. Over here, it's a lot more stable, and it's more about steady, practical solutions that are going to decide your workflow, your thought process. There might also be more inclination towards what is more stable, what I can commit to, what are some plans that, you know, I perhaps want to keep practicing and keep cultivating. So while Mercury is here, there might be kind of learning more about your money. Perhaps you're thinking more about your self-worth, about worth in general, things you value, your priorities, things like that can come up to the surface, and anything that does not make sense for you anymore is going to start being released from your life 21st of the month onward, while Mercury is in retrograde. Okay? Now keep in mind, because it's in your money house, I'm just going to say it very loud and clear. During Mercury retrograde, we don't sign contracts, we don't buy very expensive things, and we don't make permanent changes. Why? Because this retrograde is about thinking again, rethinking, reimagining, redoing, things like that. So if you start to purchase something, let's say for your office space or for your financial sense, you're thinking of like investing somewhere, it's best to not like sign it right away. Perhaps wait for the retrograde period to end, which would be, let me see, around 15th, but you know, accounting for the shadow period, I'm going to say 24th of May. If it can't wait, then make sure that there is some sort of flexibility for you where you can withdraw if need be. Okay. Also, it can be that some conversations and promises we have made to ourselves about those priorities and so on is going to go through a sort of shift and transformation around the 21st onwards. And that can again change our minds about the things that we bought. So it's better to just buy smaller things, temporary solutions, kind of being very flexible, experimenting with things, stuff like that, not just in your head very serious that this is going to be it. Some of it might remain the same, like for example, if you happen to sign a contract around the first week of the month, then it might be that there are certain details that are a little bit different, or like it was missed in translation, something of that sort, that can get clarified around this time. But either way, what you thought you were getting is not what you will be getting in the end. Sometimes that's a great thing, sometimes not so much. Okay, so yes, fair warning. All right, then we have Venus moving into Gemini on the 11th. Venus was very happy in Taurus. In Gemini, it's a little bit different. She's more into the intellectual conversations, building connections and community. So yes, if you happen to be in a new environment, this is a very nice time from the 11th till the 7th of May to make new friends, make new connections, perhaps explore a different neighborhood that you're more attracted to. There could be some manifestations that you can do around here as well. Venus is about the law of attraction, things that you enjoy and desire being magnetized to you. So in Gemini, if you speak it out or write about it, or just imagine it, talk about it, run through all these ideas and thoughts you're having, give it care and attention, then Venus is going to help you manifest all of those things into reality. Yes, and there are a lot of aspects going on the 11th along with the Venus thing, and also on the 14th, also on the 3rd. There's quite some things going on here. I will not talk about that. I will be posting them on my community page though. If you're interested, you can check it out. But yes, after this, I'm going to more focus on the eclipse and retrograde phases actually. Okay. Anyway, let's get back to your April reading. What's the major theme of the month for you, Aries? We have the 3rd quarter moon with harvest. So yes, we're seeing some results of things. Like I said, we have the full moon in the opposite sign, so it can be someone else giving you something. And there can be, again, a clarity or something material could come through. It can even be an idea and a clarity that you get because of some conversation you're having, even if they're not directly offering you some advice. It can also be some compliments, validation, things of that nature can come through here. So let's see. The first major highlight for you is work, achievement, and success. Very nice. You could be coming into some extra money as a result of this eclipse. We will see that in the eclipse reading, but yes, you yourself are absolutely developing, and there's quite a few changes for you in the money sphere. The second major highlight, in need of help, assistance, and guidance. All right. And we have the third major highlight with bag, something important such as a new job or a raise. Damn, okay. So that's what I was getting. Awesome. So there's a lot going on in your money sphere and also your work, public reputation. And that is what is kind of leading you to the extra bit of money here. The need of assistance and guidance, it could be you being in need of it, so you're like asking for a job, or you might be reaching out to contacts. You could be kind of going in with questions, even if you're like giving the presentation or something, even if you are the guide, you're still asking for, okay, so will the lighting be arranged? Will the will the audience be comfortably seated, or whatever the case is? You're kind of taking care of things, and I guess you're relying on other people in some way. But you're absolutely asking for it. I think the hand is like reaching out, so that normally the imagery of this card I don't really care about. I just look at the meaning, but that's really sticking out, that you're reaching out and you have the necessary support as well. Okay, so let's see what else we have. We have red rose with hidden secrets. 3 things cannot be long hidden: the sun, the moon, and the truth. Well said, Buddha. Isn't it? Okay, then the second one we have here is prosperity and compassion with the peony. Okay, so I'm going to move these a little bit so I can keep them consistent. Okay, so prosperity, compassion, we definitely are seeing that support here, the hidden secrets. I think this is more referring to things that were previously unnoticed. Not really getting that something conniving or political happening behind the scenes, not really so much, but just a different facet of yourself you had not noticed, or perhaps you knew of this job place, or you have a good relationship with your boss, or whatever the case is, but you just never thought of taking it to the next level or kind of taking advantage of the opportunity and so on. So it can be just a different idea that comes out, and you know that that's the best way to proceed in your circumstance. And the eclipse as well, it can, because it's a new moon one, it's kind of, it's dark, right? The sky is dark. So it can show a lot of potential. So hidden secrets might be your hidden talents, your gifts as well. It can be just a completely new perspective. That's something I keep getting. We have the Three of Swords coming through first. Okay, then we have the Ten of Swords, lovely. I love the combination here already. We have the Two of Wands. We're building a story now. Okay, then we have Seven of Wands. Okay, gorgeous. And we have the Nine of Cups. Okay, so very nice. And I'm going to keep this here. It looks like you're moving out of difficulties of some sort. There's a lot of support that I keep getting. Even though the Seven of Wands kind of defies that, it's like you feel like you're in the defensive, or that you have to protect your space so that you don't get hurt. That's kind of the technical meaning of it, but it feels as though you have so many people asking for your attention or guidance or trusting you and so on, that you feel responsible to do a great job or to deliver the best possible outcome for the people who are reaching out. Yes, and the Three of Swords, Ten of Swords, coming back to that, there is some sort of healing that is going through. The thing that has been difficult in your life or has been unclear in your life is about to move on. The Ten of Swords is like, we're done with that. Okay, so it can be that you're not in a great environment and now you're kind of moving on to something else. Because the Two of Wands again is like, sure, I have a stable thing going, more or less. I'm used to this, it's my comfort zone. But I really need to start looking outward, and the Two of Wands is a little bit of opening the windows, opening opportunities and pursuing those things, even if they're a little bit out of your comfort zone, a little bit scary as well. But you're Aries, you are okay with taking risks, more or less, so you definitely will take some sort of initiative here. This can even be traveling somewhere far. Perhaps you're used to a certain place and you're kind of expanding your horizons here, because wherever you are, it's just not really fulfilling or inspiring to you in any way. And yes, it might have some difficult memories attached to it, whether it's a person or a place. So yes, with the Two of Wands, you're exploring new options. It can even indicate that you're going on like short trips, kind of seeing what fits well with you. If you're looking for houses, for example, it can be you visiting places. You might also explore an area that you had not noticed before. So that's kind of the hidden path that is there. Now with the Seven of Wands, you're very sure when you know. It's the gut instinct and the truth that we were talking about here with the hidden secrets coming to light. I think you're unlocking a lot more of your potential, and you feel very responsible to do them justice, I'm hearing. You're also being protected around this time. So even though we had the whole eclipse and Mercury retrograde situation going on, you're still being protected in some way. Although I will tell you, it might feel a little bit... if there is a push-pull dynamic, or if there is resistance to change, then that might not work out very pleasantly, because both of these cards talk about going through a bit of a pain, and the pain happens when we struggle or when we resist something that already is. That's when pain happens, right? So as long as there is more openness and there is a little bit of a flow, no one track mind, we really have to open our options. As a cardinal sign, that might be a little bit of a challenge, perhaps, but either way, you gotta do what you gotta do. So a Nine of Cups then indicates that a wish comes true, something is granted here, and the golden vibe here always reminds me of money, even though it's not related with the financial sense. It reminds me of gold and money and prosperity, compassion, just everything that makes you feel very abundant. I'm looking at the bag and they share a similar color tone. Yeah, so it can be a raise or a new job that you get, and then you move on from some place that's kind of a doom and gloomer, downer type of vibe. And while it's very new, and you might feel a little bit of a pressure to learn something new quickly, or get along with everybody all at once. Like perhaps you work in a big team and you just have to show that you're capable and show that you can, you know. But once again, you're an Aries, so this is kind of your wheelhouse. So yes, you absolutely in the end get what you have been wanting. And also a lot more, like I said, compliments and more validation as well is what I'm hearing. We'll see that the things that you have learned, you are learning, it is paying off. I'm hearing that you're in the wrong environment, you're not doing anything wrong. That might apply to some people. Okay, so let's see your astro dice, see what's up. What else can we get for Aries, please, in the month of April? We have Neptune, 5th house, and Scorpio. Yes, I was just about to talk about your love life. There could have been some disillusionment or again a secret that comes to light, or you kind of see something you did not notice about the person before, and that does not make you very happy. I don't think it's like a whole new thing that's happening. It's something that's already here, but it was kind of hidden away. Perhaps you just didn't notice that beforehand, right? So there can be some type of disillusionment that happens here, and you're kind of done with it. I see you walking away, it's not the other way around. So you know who you are if you're in that sort of relationship with anyone, if that's kind of the dynamic. It can even be a third party situation for some people. There's always like a thorn on your side. So you're kind of done with that, because the Two of Wands is like, the world is my oyster, why am I stuck with this? So you're just turning your head and I'm done with that. I'm open to options. I'm just gonna see what's up. The Seven of Wands in that case is a very auspicious one, because the moment you step outside, you're surrounded by fellow suitors who are very passionate and interested in you. But you are being very selective because you know what not to pick or what not to go for. And this whole experience of whatever the previous situation is, this can even be like a heartbreak that has happened like way before, but you're still feeling it somewhere within. And you kind of base your decisions on that as well. So a trauma that has just continued, that type of dynamic as well could be coming through. And it's popping up here now because you're working through it and you're coming out of it much brighter and stronger. You're really moving on from it, and you're transformed by the experience, and you're transforming your love life as well. So yes, you're protecting yourself. You are very clear about keeping a sacred space for you. You're contemplating your decisions. It's not about the impulsive choices. You're making clear, distinctive choices as to who gets to be in your space and how much, how much you allow someone in. And the Nine of Cups indicates that your manifestations are coming true. So if it is about love and romance and even creativity, by the way, then this is you achieving something. Okay, you're feeling very happy with your state. Even if you don't date someone, so at this time, you're still like satisfied with who you are. I'm feeling yoga. Some people might take up that, okay, if that resonates with you, or Pilates. I'm really looking at a form and it looks very yogic in some way. So yes, you're feeling very liberated, flexible, free, just loving life and things like that. Also, one thing I'm noticing is the 10 of Swords lady and the 9 of Cups are kind of wearing the same clothing almost, but it's as though it's the same cloth but draped in a different manner. So again, talking about the transformation, you're not doing things the same way as you have done before. There's a very big personal change coming through, and it's going to shift the way that you express yourself. You're very happy with the ultimate outcome, absolutely. Okay, so that's what I have for you, Aries. Thank you so much for being here. I really hope the messages resonated and that they help you out. More importantly, you let me know in the comments what you thought. And like I said, I will let you know about the astrological significance and what that means, and if you are being very heavily impacted by it or not, with some sort of scaling in my community page. So if you're interested, you can follow that, and also subscribe so you're notified for the eclipse videos that will come up very soon. I will see you some other time. Take care. Bye.